Hello, good evening, everybody. From Fernando Liema and Alberto Benetti, and Fernando is now going to present the two guests we have here tonight.
Today we have luck because Joel Goodrich and Jay Barron comment for you all the match between Lavazza and Moss. Hello Joel, hello Jay. I give you the microphone.
Before we start to comment the match, I would like Joel and Jay to help me to comment the results up to now in all the evening, in all the matches. So Connector is winning by 17 on the bottom. This seems to be a normal result. Zimmerman is winning as well, and maybe and Diamond is a close match. Joel, what do you think about this match between Mahaffey and Nickel? Mahaffey is now in advance.
Well, Nickel has a history of coming back in the last segment, so I expect that to be pretty exciting.
I played against Nickel in a fourth quarter last year, and I think they won something like 58-0, and I don't think we could have beaten them if they gave us the hand record. So hats off to them for that, and like Joel said, that's what they're known for, so Mahaffey's going to have to play very well to pull it out.
Mm-hmm. And what about the other one? Psicola is losing by 23 on Zawada. Is it unexpected or is it a normal result?
It might be a normal result. I don't know Team Zawada, so depending on that team, it could be a normal result. I know Pepsi Cola is a good team.
Yeah.
I trust Pepsi to play well. So.
Mm-hmm. This is gone, this is gone. Okay. Now, I think you can start to comment the hands we see on the screen. What happened up to now in this match?
All right, so at the other table, we know Four Hearts made 4 after a no-trump opening, and they misguessed the Queen of Hearts, playing it to be with the no-trump opener. We reached a similar position here, but for higher stakes. It's 5 hearts doubled. If they get the Queen of Hearts right, they'll make it. And if they get the Queen of Hearts wrong, they'll be down 1.
Hearts, I see that are 2-2. Any reason to misguess?
Well, standard practice is to play the no-trump opener to have the Queen because they have the preponderance of points. And also their minimum holding, as far as length is concerned, is 2. They could easily have 3. So normally they would finesse. Now they might have some additional information because of the auction. East has shown a good hand with spades and has led the Queen of Spades at trick 1 and has shown up with nothing in diamonds. So we know that they must have enough points to somehow make up their good hand opposite a no-trump opener.
Mm-hmm.
Could be the Queen of Hearts.
By the way, a long thinking on this 10 of hearts is a problem.
We also know that the opponents wanted to double 5 diamonds and double 5 hearts. The pass over 5 diamonds was a related double, and the pass over 5 hearts was a related double.
Mm-hmm.
So since they were both interested in defending, this would also suggest more balanced hands. Maybe he's understanding that the opponents are less likely to have a stiff heart because of the auction.
Well, while we are waiting for what Wang, who is playing the hand? The north or south? South. I didn't. North.
Yeah.
So what Wang will say? I'll tell you that my friend Joel Wooltridge, he was in the final of the Bermuda Bowl in 2011 in Veldhoven. With his team, and he lost against Poland. After you were winning by 50 or something like this. Do I remember well?
We were not winning that match.
Not that, but you were winning. I'm sure of it.
Maybe me personally, but the team was not winning.
Yeah, okay. Your partner was John Hart, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And your teammates?
My teammates were Dan Zagorin and Kevin Bathurst, Joe Grew, and Justin Law.
Now you play with a different. Oh. Now you play with a different.
All right, it looks like he guessed the Queen of Hearts. He made his contract. Very well done.
And so it's 8.
It's
For-
6 imps.
6 imps.
Joel, you're still playing with John nowadays.
Yes, we've had a very long partnership. It's been about 20 years.
You play in the junior category with him?
Yeah, that's where we started, was in the juniors. We met each other right after the close of the Fort Lauderdale Junior Championship. I was right around 20 years old, and we formed a partnership, and we've been playing ever since.
And one time you play a triathlon in bridge. You play a triathlon in bridge. Neither play a triathlon, a team event, pair event, and individual event like here.
Well, we've played in a lot of world championships in the past.
As a junior, I am.
Oh, as a junior, yeah. We got a lot of experience playing in junior championships.
You won one or two.
Yeah, we won a couple of junior
we
championships.
have a very interesting hand now. If we can see, okay. In the other room, the Italians, they played 1 spade plus 2, and now they played 2 no trumps on the other, in east-west. What do you think about this hand?
Well, let's see. Well, it's surprising that the auction went this way,
Yes.
because
It looks like North decided that was a 14 to 16 no trump and upgraded it, and South invited, and
I see. So it was a weak no trump, and then the double of Stamen probably showed values rather than clubs. 2 diamonds denied a major. 2 no trump was invitational. So East doesn't actually have information about what suit to lead. So now they're just leading from their 9/8 third, which looks like a safe lead.
you think that lead could convince North to finesse into the Jack third later?
I don't think it's likely that they'll finesse into the Jack third.
Well, we're going to find out pretty quick.
Yes.
I would think from Jack 9/8 third, you would be more likely to lead the 9 unless you had an agreement not to. I think playing the 9 kind of makes that a little ambiguous, which is good for the defense.
So the 9 followed by a low one. Could this be a bluff on current upside down count? Or it might have some other meaning in their methods. Could be a suit preference signal.
What do you think about the bidding in the other room? Is that a little strange? 1 club, pass, 1 heart for showing 4 spades, double, 1 spade, pass, pass, pass.
Yeah, definitely a little strange. It's surprising that the opponents respond showing spades instead of hearts with 4-4 in the majors. I thought usually it was the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't understand that bid either.
Alberto, can you say which 3 pairs are the Lavazza team?
Which?
3 pairs are the Lavazza team.
Oh, the one we see here is a Cementa Bocchi. Bocchi won this event in 2002 in Montreal, playing with Dubois. And Cementa won in Lille, playing with Angelini in 1989. So they are both winners of this event. In the other room, they are playing Giorgino Dubois, who won this event again with Bocchi in 2002, and
Dennis
Builder, who never won, but is rated as one of the best young players in
the
the
third
world.
pair?
What do you think about Dennis Builder?
Well, he has a history of doing very well, and he and his father have some great results from the past. So
Yeah?
he seems like a good player.
Morten Bilde, yes. They won a national here with Sabine and Roy. Alberto, and the third pair is Agustin.
The third player is Agustin Madala. Everybody, he won the champion of the Bermuda Bowl in 2013 with Bocchi, playing with Bocchi, with Lauria Versace and Samantha and Dubois. And he won a European Championship in Ostend in 2010, and he is rated as one of the best player in the world.
And his partner?
I don't know Bianchetti. You are Argentinian, so you should know Bianchetti much better than I.
I ask you because this morning we make a video with Alejandro. Can we?
Oh yes.
Watch the video, Sandra. Hello, Alejandro. Which team is your opponent now?
We are playing as Moss. It's Justin Ladd and Kevin Bathurst and Dwyer Wang and Sylvie Moss.
How do you feel playing this event?
I played many times. I like it. It's a very nice event. I find my friends of all the other countries and it's enjoyable. Very.
But this year you have a very strong team. Not is the same that like the past.
It's true. It's the first time I'm playing with Lavazza in this kind.
And how are playing Agustin? Because I see him very, very excited.
We have our moments. You know, Italians and Argentinians are Latin, so we express our sense very shouty. But we are okay. We are all okay. Thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
So his luck will depend a lot by this end. Not so much, but anyway, Lavazza could win something in any case, even if Bocchi goes down too, right?
Yeah, Trump. That's a very interesting line of play they've chosen here. It seems like he's trying to create an end play or a read on the club suit. If he decides to throw West in rather than just play the ace and king, he's going to get some bad news when they have an extra heart to cash.
Yeah.
But the 10 of hearts is currently blocking the suit, so that's an unfortunate card for East-West. Even if he does exit a heart, the 10, if they play low, won't allow West to run the rest of the suit. No, he's surely going to play the 8. There's no way he's playing the jack here. I don't believe it.
Doesn't he have 8 tricks already? The
No,
diamonds,
he's fighting for his 8.
but the diamonds are coming in.
Oh, that's true. The diamonds are coming in too.
Yeah, he's playing for an overtrick at this point. The diamonds have set up.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, the hearts are blocked, so he's got 8 before they can get 5.
Yep.
Might you play the jack now since you're almost free rolling if you believe the diamonds are falling?
No, because of the double, I don't think he's going to play the jack.
Oh, that's true. The double was in that auction. So yeah, that he should know all the high cards then.
Also, West has made a very strange play on the hearts. He's played the king on the first round, which appears has confused his partner into believing that his clubs are stronger than they truly are.
If it goes 8, well, of course, if it was 8 queen king, it's all over. But well, just for argument's sake, let's pretend the 9 and the 5 were switched, and it goes 8 9 king. Isn't getting out with a heart kind of a rather tempting play here? If you give West the other diamond, and then you give the other heart to East, you can remove the clubs, put him in with a heart, and he has to lead a diamond, king deuce, right up to your ace-6, and that's a pretty sweet ending if the cards were that way.
It does appear as though that's a possible ending.
I almost wish that was the layout so we could see if he could get it.
Well, if he gets that layout, he's going to be not happy when he doesn't actually have that as his opponent's hands.
Correct. That's why I'm saying I wish that was the opponent's hand so we could see if he could get it.
It's definitely tempting missing the 10 and the 9 to play the jack directly because there's doubt in his mind as to where the queen is. And so he kind of wants to just get it over with.
He has to be thinking of some kind of red suit in play after removing clubs. It's about the only thing he can be thinking about since, as you said, he has no club spot, so it's pretty unlikely something good can happen in clubs from a spots perspective.
Well, I don't know. Needing the 10 and the 9 on side is not that unlikely, just 25% of the time.
Yeah, I was referring to like the 10 or the 9 crashing and setting up a trick or something like that. That's not going to happen.
Well, the reassuring thing for Declare is that whichever one he chooses after the ace of diamonds drops the king, he will have 8 tricks. So if he plays the 8, he'll fetch the queen, and now he knows that he's making the contract, and he'll make an over trick if he remembers his 6 of diamonds is good. And if he plays the jack, and it goes queen king, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think he's going to play club, and
Ace
then
of clubs. Oh, he's got the queen. Okay, it looks like he's making an over trick.
I think I was going to try to strip clubs and put him in with a heart, just like I suggested. We'll never know what he was actually playing for, but he's going to make 9 now, it appears. Yes.
Not sure why he played the ace instead of the 8 there. I don't see the advantage.
We never knew what happened, really.
He made 9 tricks.
He made 9 tricks, so he's
So that pushes the 9 tricks at the other table in
flat
spades.
It's very strange that if you notice on the score, and Bilde and Duboyan, that usually are much slower than Cement and Boki, they are 3 boards ahead. That's surprising. It must be because Wang and Dewar, they are really slow player, because Boki and Cement, I know that they. You see how long he fought about this club.
Well, actually, I think the hand that did it was Bildy was in 4 hearts on the previous board, which is just cold, and Huang was in 5 hearts, which he had to guess, and it was not an easy problem to say the least. So he had a lot to think about, whereas the other table, they were essentially playing for an over trick. 2 clubs. Okay. In their system, that I believe shows 18 to 19 balanced. Similar to the 2 diamonds.
He's
showing
like
18 to 19.
similar to the 2 diamonds of your teammates.
we most commonly see that as a 2 diamond opener in some Italian systems, but Boki plays 2 clubs to show that.
Do you agree with treating this hand like a balanced hand? You have
because of the king and 1 and ace and 1 in the majors, I don't mind it, but it's also a very good hand for making a slam and a minor. So I'm not completely sure, but I think 18 to 19 balance is a pretty good estimate.
So Joel, if you open that hand of diamond, which of course you and I would, playing a more natural system, and your partner bid, say, heart or spade, what would your rebid be?
Well, you would have to choose between 3 clubs and 2 no trump. I suppose if you're wanting to show your suits, it would be 3 clubs, but if you want to kind of show the quantitative nature towards game of your hand, then it would be 2 no trump.
What's that double by North? Just for lead?
Diamonds, yeah. So, Joel, what about a 2 club rebid? Any merit to that?
2 club rebid is possible. Yeah, absolutely.
I think at this vulnerability, I know you and I would, and I think a lot of other people would respond on next to nothing to a diamond, just to kind of make a tactical bid. So.
Redouble, 5 diamond?
Redouble, I think that's saying he thinks they made a mistake, and Semena says, no, they didn't. Question is, did they make a mistake?
Let's see if Joel still is diamond. Yes. Is absolutely.
3 diamonds looks like it was probably going to make. Maybe with an over trick.
Yes, 640 would have been making 840 if he gets the over trick, so it would have been worth a few imps. With 3 no trump going down, it would have been worth a whole lot of imps.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to trust partner when you have a stiff. But those extra points on the side make it interesting.
Right. I agree with that. Do you think maybe the double was a little light?
I think the double was very light.
Yes, especially considering if your partner leads a spade against 3 no, it's not the end of the world. You do have 4 of them.
What would you play at this point? Finesse, club queen, or playing diamonds again?
Well, Declarer knows that the diamond linked is with North, so it makes a lot of sense to play the clubs more safely. Maybe ace of clubs and then low to the 9, something like that.
Yeah, I like that play as well.
And when he sees the 10, put the king or
Sure.
whatever he
Might
wants.
as well play the king. Direct low club. Okay. Avoiding the safety play.
The question is, does he need it? He's getting probably 3 diamonds. If he messed up the clubs, that gets him 5. A spade makes 6. So he would need the heart finesse. So I guess he's putting himself at about a 75% position by that.
Well, I think the reason why he's playing the clubs this way is because he's nervous about the spade suit. If he loses the first club to the hand on his left, then when a spade comes, they can't play the ace unless he gets the king and queen. So they'll play low. He'll win the king, but he knows that the diamond jack is with North. So when he gives North the diamond jack, now he has the queen of spades protected once again from the ace of spades.
Right.
So he's just trying to lose the tricks in the correct order here.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. I don't think the diamond double is not going to give him any clues on the spade suit, which I guess he doesn't really need the way he's playing it. Dwyer chose to be a passive returner there, which I think is pretty reasonable.
Yeah. No faith in the double.
Well, Dwyer has to know his partner has nothing. He knows the point count. He can see, 8, 9 in the dummy, and 18, 19 on his right. So, and the king of diamonds has already shown up. So,
yeah, I mean, with good reason.
Yes,
of course.
for sure. Or he's played with his partner before. Maybe he knows what's up. Okay, so let's see. North-South's taken 2 tricks. And it looks like they can get the ace of spades.
So at this point, he should play the king, and then he's
Right.
going to probably try to back into something that resembles a double squeeze. North will be forced to part with their heart link, and then South, if they had to guard the spades, would be the only one to be able to guard hearts and spades, so they would also be squeezed. But the spades are actually guardable by North, so it looks like the double squeeze would fail. He's going to have to finesse this heart if he wants to make another trick.
Which, of course, he won't do.
Well, he may. Let's see. This is 7, 8. He would be risking his contract. Okay, you've convinced me.
This would be a very
You will be
cool hand.
satisfied of 9 tricks.
This would be a very cool hand for pairs because that over trick could be the difference between below average and a great result. And as you said, there was a lot of squeeze potential here. So I personally think he wouldn't do it even in match points because, as you said, the squeeze is very likely here, or at least reasonable. And if he plays for the squeeze and it's wrong, he still makes his contract. If he plays for the finesse and it's wrong, he goes down, which of course would be a very, very bad result in any game of bridge.
So Buki showed that now he is becoming quite old and he chose the safe way. But he is old, but there are also juniors here. And we have something for juniors in our video. Can we
First, let me explain that the junior are playing a triathlon, 3 different events. The first event was a teams event, and the winners were USA under 26, as usual. So, Mario, we have a video with them. Can we watch it?
Hi, this is Jeff Barrett with World Bridge News. And I'm happy to be with the American team that took the championship for the World Youth Bridge Series in the team event, part of the triathlon. I'd like to introduce Arjun Deer, someone who I've known for a long time, since he was a little kid, actually. And now I'd like him to introduce his team for us.
I'm Arjun. This is Brandon Harper. Here we have Jeffrey Schwartz and Matthew Weingarten.
So it was an exciting event. You guys were like out of it, and then in it, and then out of it, and then in it, and then you won. So, what have you enjoyed the event? Was it a challenge for you, or?
There's some challenging teams in our field. After day one, we were actually not where we wanted to be, but we still had a lot of matches left after that, and the guys came through, and we played some solid bridge on the final day to win it.
Now, where are you all from? Tell us sort of.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Brandon's from Orlando, Jeff is from the D.C. area, and Matt is also from the Florida area.
So how did you guys get together as a team?
They just reached out to us last second to see if we could get some USA juniors to show up for a team. So all of us lived close to the area, and we just kind of reached out to each other, and we thought it would be fun to show up and represent the U.S.
And we all know that if you were the leader, they were all going to come, right? Okay. How long was it before they said yes? 6 weeks, 7 weeks? So you just...
Took some begging and pleading and some free dinners, but finally got them to agree.
Now, I understand that Brandon and Jeff are standing fourth in the pairs. Is that right? You guys have done it pretty good. And that, you've had some adventure in the pairs, but what's it like playing against the Chinese team?
It's kind of interesting. It's a good experience to play against people from a different country, and they're all really fun and sociable. So we've had no problems, and it's been a great experience so far.
Now, how old are you guys?
I'm 22, Brandon is 22, Jeff's 25, and Matt's 24.
So you realize they have like 12-year-old kids in this event, right? So you're just beating up children or something?
Hey man, we're just here to play some bridge. That's all.
Actually, I have to give them credit though, because those kids start playing when they're 5 and 6 years old, right? So I mean, it's not like they haven't been playing.
Yeah.
They're 6 and 7 year pairs, and the guys who are 16. The pairs that you're chasing right now are leading. They won the gold, silver, and bronze at the World Open Junior Championships last year. So this is not an untested pair event. So the last thing I'm going to ask you guys is, are you all in school? Or I know you just graduated.
Yeah, I just graduated from school.
Yeah, and now he's become one of my competitors. He's a professional bridge player. How about you guys?
I'm a junior at UCF and local to Orlando, math major.
I'm a systems engineer for a government contractor.
And I'm a software engineer at a tech company in the Tampa area.
So I guess good luck to all you guys, and congratulations on winning your championship.
Thank you.
And I hope that you will continue to do well, and that we continue to see you. And also, thanks to the camera and the support and everything we do from World Bridge Federation. This is Jade Barrett from World Bridge News.
USA.
Well, meanwhile, we had 4 spades played in both rooms, but the Italians, they double 4 spades and they make with 1/over trick. And so it's 6 for the, Moss. But now there is another interesting. In the other room, they play in this end 5 diamonds double down 2 in north-south.
I'm kind of surprised that there was 4 spades doubled, considering another table I just peeked in on actually was trying to get to slam on that hand. And actually slam looked like it just needed the ace of hearts on side and the trumps to not do something awful. So even 6 spades was not an unreasonable contract. Okay, so Semena opened a club. We got a diamond. Boki, they play a I don't know if they play, but many Italian pairs play switch here on the majors. So I think he'll bid a heart to show 5 spades, unless they're playing something else conventional to show 5-5. I do know they would bid 2 diamonds to show 4-4. Okay, 3 diamonds I guess shows 5-5. So, as I expected, they do have a bid for that. Yep, there we go, 5-5.
I expect South to counter with his own diamond supporting bid. Maybe
Right.
a 3 spade call to emphasize the shortness there.
Would you bid your short suit or would you bid your values here?
I think he would bid his short suit.
Or you can just do that and be disruptive. Also reasonable. That'd be a very nice stop. It doesn't appear you can make 5. Looks like if they get trumps going, you're going to have a problem.
But South is not.
No. It won't be a flat port.
Well, that's a very good stop for the Moss team. They're going to pick up 8, I guess. So, Joel, you play a lot of different stuff. So, what do you think about bids over like a club and a diamond, jumping to 2 of majors to show less than invitational or sometimes invitational values with both majors? Do you like those kind of bids?
Those bids seem like they're very practical in theory, because often the opponents are going to have a diamond fit anyway, and so jumping the level like that removes a lot of their room to explore, and also says a lot about your hand in one bid. So generally, multiple things being said with one bid are very practical uses of your room.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. So, like, what system do you play over, say, a club, a diamond? You like double as a major or both majors?
Well, I play something very rustic, which is mostly just natural and negative double.
Okay. So your double would show both majors 4-4 exactly?
It's 4-4, but it could be 5-4 or 5-5. Probably not 5-5, 6-4. But anytime that you have an unusually long suit with a 4-card suit, in addition, you have less than game forcing values.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sound to me. So let's see, I don't think there's a ton to the play on this. It looks like it's a pretty straightforward cross ruff. He's going to ruff spades on the board and ruff hearts in his hand because he knows the count.
Yeah. As long as he takes his spade ruffs early enough, then West won't be able to discard spades on the heart ruffs, and it should be more difficult for the defense to do much about it.
Especially since they told him the count in the auction, so he's almost playing with open cards at this point. He knows East started with 5-5 in the majors, 1 club. He's already discarded on the second club, so he knows the diamonds are 2-2. At least they're probably 2-2. And he also knows that the spades are 5-3. So as you said, he doesn't want spade discards on heart, so he needs to ruff spades first, not hearts.
There's also some potential for West to do a double uppercut. By this club is going to force him to ruff jack, and then on the hearts, if he ruffs with the 8 and 10, then that might promote East 7 eventually.
That's a very, very cool position. Double uppercuts are really awesome when they come up.
Yeah, it's actually a triple uppercut if you count this club lead as well.
So can you find us a quadruple uppercut?
I think that we're going to run out of uppercuts on this end. The quadruple uppercut is him over-ruffing.
Ah, there you go.
It's not really an uppercut.
So he'd have
it's
to.
more like the killing blow.
Ah, okay. So he'd have to.
Can you explain to everybody what means uppercut in bridge?
So an uppercut is when a suit is led, which you're planning to ruff, but in order to win the trick, you have to ruff higher than you would like because they're also out behind you. And so if you ruff lower, then they'll over-ruff you, but when you ruff higher, you win the trick. But unfortunately, at the cost of the quality of your trump suit remaining. So you ruff high enough times, then their smaller cards grow up and become winners.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a really great defensive play, and on hands like this, it's where those intermediate trumps really come into play. You'd be shocked how often when you're trying to cross rough. The 8, 7, 6 is so much different than the 2, 3, 4. The 9 and the 10 are such huge cards, yet we assign no weight to them in the point count.
It is a funny thing.
It is.
Now, going back to the ranking, now, we can see that most of the matches have no much changed up to now, and nickel is still down by 9 with Mahaffey, losing the segment for 6-1. The other matches very close are, well, they are not, Kane Alfrey is not really, is just 15 points for Kane. Then we have Psigola is recovering just 5 himps against Zawada, so it's completely an open match. And I already say about Nicolo and Mahaffey. Tulin is winning just by 13 against PD James, and another very close match is the one between Texas Aces and Mittelman. Mittelman has recovered just 2 points in 5 boards, but it's just 6 points behind, 6 match points behind Texas Ace.
It's not a lot, 6.
It's not a lot. If we want to have a look also to women results, we can, okay, Paul, Poland is winning by 9 against Smith, and Aperol and Koda are just 4 himps for Koda.
Sorry. Poland and Smith is in front by 3.
No, Poland is in front by 9, and Becker Queen is almost finished, as well as Westheimer against Baroni. There are just 4 matches, so there is no need to show on the screen because there are 2 matches.
But in this step, Baroni are winning 23 hymns.
Mm-hmm.
And Poland are losing 17. So now Smith is in front.
Just by 3, yes, you are right. And but Baroni is still down of 32, so it's not so easy to recover. Okay, let's go back to the match.
Alberto,
Yeah.
we have a video with Sofia Valdez made it this morning. Mario, can we watch the video with Sophie? Hello, Sophie. Last month you were playing in Wuhan, the Junior World Cup.
Yes.
And now you are playing the McConnell Cup. How do you feel the difference between both events?
Well, I think that the competition is stronger. Well, there are less teams than. Well, actually, no. There are more teams here than there were in China. And I play a more developed system with my mom, and I have more agreements. And obviously, my team is different. We're playing a 4-man team, and we're playing a 6-man team in China. So, but it's great fun.
You feel pressure playing with your mom?
No.
Because she's a great champion.
Yeah. Well, my mom is a great player, but it's so much fun playing with her, and it's a great honor to I feel really lucky that I have an opportunity to play with someone so experienced, and it's pretty cool.
But who is your regular partner in Poland?
Well, I generally tend to play with my mom. If I'm playing in junior events, it changes, although currently I'll be playing with Asha Zalewska, who I was playing with in China. Apart from that, I mostly play with my mom in leagues and in regional tournaments. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Just a short comment about this video. even Polish girls start to speak a good English. Just Argentinians and Italians are not able to speak good English. But Fernando didn't hear me, so he is not get offended. Okay, let's go back to the match that Lavazza has recovered 10 points just now, so it's absolutely 20 to 20, which is a good result for Lavazza because they are leading by 20. Oh, all 20. 20 ahead. What happened in this board? In the other room they play 4 heart by East.
4 hearts made 4 at the other room.
Yeah, 4 hearts made. And let's see what will happen here.
I expect West to transfer and East to make some kind of super accept.
I think they play 3 now as a super accept with 3. And there you have it.
All right, West will transfer back, and then it'll be played by East in 4 hearts.
Is there much to the play here? Let's see. You're going to get 5 heart tricks. You're going to get 3 diamonds, of course. Clubs are friendly.
The opening lead is interesting.
Yes, for sure.
Trying to lead from the south hand, it's not generally considered wise to lead from an unsupported ace. And they have ace fourth, ace fourth. It's also not considered wise to lead from an unsupported jack. And they have jack doubleton, jack third. So a lot of very unappetizing leads.
I might lead a trump just since the opponents have at least somewhat declared ownership of that suit. And I'm less likely to finesse my partner or blow a suit open that was actually ours to have.
Normally it's a wise decision to lead trumps when you're unsure. The jack nine third is a particularly difficult lead from because if your partner has something like the queen doubleton and the dummy has honor 10-8, now you've picked up a trick for the declarer that they wouldn't otherwise be able to. But he's doing it anyway.
He is. I think more by lack of a better choice than anything.
Certainly safe on this hand. Thankfully, partner's queens are not in trump.
That actually may be a great start for the defense because he may be wanting to ruff either clubs or spades, because let's count his tricks again. If he doesn't get any ruffs, he's getting 5 hearts, he's getting 3 diamonds. He can get a club, but does he have a 10th trick really made easily?
It's definitely a good start for the defense.
I think it's a great start for the defense, because where is his 10th trick going to come from? I don't see clubs. He's going to get 1 club trick. He can't get any spades without help.
It's tempting for declarer to try to set up their 5th diamond at some point.
Right. I agree with that. That would be my play, but that's not going to work.
When the diamonds don't behave, you're going to be regretting that you didn't lead clubs earlier.
Or go for a spade ruff.
Yes. So one possibility on this hand is that declarer draws trump in 3 rounds and then plays ace, king, queen of diamonds, throwing spades from the table, and tries to ruff a diamond. Planning on 4-3 diamonds, but he'll find out on the queen of diamonds that the diamonds are not that way. But needing the entry to the table, maybe he just roughs a diamond and leads a club to his jack. He would fall into 10 tricks if he chooses that line. Unless South ducks the club, then maybe East would be convinced to cross back with another ruff.
That would be a really strong play. I think you and I would agree he's more than capable of finding it. He definitely found a very good lead. Question is, will it be enough? I think we might be here for a bit on this play.
It's definitely tempting to try playing diamonds earlier than the third trump, because the Queen of Hearts is the only guaranteed entry to the East hand. And if diamonds were established in your hand already, the fifth diamond being good after a ruff, potentially, then you would like to cross to the Queen of Hearts to take all of your diamonds rather than just the Ace, King, Queen. The problem is that after taking those diamonds, you're going to be in the wrong hand, and you have two black kings you'd love to lead towards.
Yeah, there's certainly no easy way to do it. It almost is like you have to read the position right now. Now, the fact you got a trump lead, and I think we can place the jack with south, given that the 10 took the first trick. Does that tell you something about the hand? Can we put the aces with south because they made what you and I both agree was an unusual and very dangerous lead?
Well, if we knew for sure that Jack had, or South had the Jack of Hearts, then it would be much easier to place them with strong spades and clubs, since Jack 9 third is not a very appealing lead.
Well, there is one way to find out if he's got it. He may find out whether that was his intention or not. I don't think he's going to leave that last trump out too long.
North would play low with Jack third of hearts, since there's no advantage to playing the Jack when partner has at most one more heart.
Yeah, the spots he's seen isn't probably going to help him too much. He's seen the 9. I believe the 6 was the opening lead.
Now, North has high load in hearts.
Right.
This may indicate some strength in spades.
Or it could just be messing around.
Could just be messing around.
I don't think we can really, as a declare, read into that too much, since
I find that a lot of defensive partnerships like to help each other, and so
they do. I'm not sure they're necessarily going to want to on this hand, though.
Probably he's signaling either for his partner's benefit or to declare his demise.
I agree with that for sure. Only he knows what he's actually up to. I actually have played against him in several regionals. He's one of the most deceptive players I've played against, so I would not trust anything he does on defense if I'm playing a hand.
He definitely understands the poker aspect of the game.
No, for sure. I've been very impressed with his ability to play a card that completely throws off the count on the hand or the picture that you're trying to paint as a declarer. So
it must be tempting to overtake with the King of Hearts at this point and then lead a club towards your Jack. Because of the entry situation, you would like to be able to lead towards your Black Kings as often as possible.
Well, he chose neither of those.
So he's going after the diamonds. Okay. This seems like it also makes a lot of sense.
It does. He's probably about to wish he didn't do that. Right about now.
Now, North has pitched a diamond on the third heart. Unfortunately for North, this makes the 7 of diamonds good.
Right. He could even get a beer for that.
Now the duck of the ace of clubs wouldn't be not enough because of the 7 diamonds being a winner. And South finds himself end played. If he continues clubs, East will win the king, cash a diamond, throw a spade, and knock out the 9 of clubs. If South cashes the ace of spades, East has 2 winners in their hand to discard the clubs. So nothing they'll do is going to work very well for him.
So it's one more hint for Lavazza. Did you ever play against this team, Lavazza?
Yeah, I've played against members of their team several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they often...
Usually, do you win or?
No. Usually do not win. That's a good team.
I played against them in the Borda match a couple of years ago. I don't remember which national it was at. We played them in the BAM, and both boards were actually quite interesting. I'll leave it at that. Okay, so I guess 2 diamonds is 1 major here over the no trump.
In the other room, they played 4 spades in east-west, double down 1.
So what is north-south making, if anything? Looks like they're cold for 4 hearts.
In the other room, West had a razor-thin decision over the opponent's 4-heart bid, whether to continue to 4 spades or defend. Defending would have been the optimal choice, since against hearts you could lead your singleton and then underlead a spade to beat the contract and get a club ruff.
Yes, that's actually a pretty strong play. I was looking purely from the north-south hands that they can.
Your line is something that Samantha couldn't find.
Yes,
Could find
I made my comment not noticing the west hand. It's cold except against a rough, so it's actually, I would say, pretty unlucky to go down, given that basically took a 5-1 break in a minor to beat you.
So this 3-spade raise, I'm sure, is going to tempt Dwyer into a 4-heart call because he believes that his partner might be singleton now.
Double also suggested hearts and some cards.
Do you think they are going to play in any case 4 spades, or we let them play 4 hearts?
Well, I imagine with a stronger hand, East could have first redoubled or bid 2 no trump. So this 3-spade bid is kind of a courtesy raise. It's not a strong invite.
I guess we'll see another double here for sure, and that'll pull a 4-heart call out of Dwyer, whether he wants to or not.
Oh, I think he wants to.
Oh, I'm sure he does too.
He probably regretted not doing it on the last round.
Yeah, I think he's very happy to see a second double. He's probably thinking, maybe I should have bid last time. And of course, now 4 hearts is a no-brainer. The only question is, does Baki decide to save? How much defense will he put in his partner's hand versus his offense?
My guess is that Samantha will double this 4-heart bid, just because partner has given a free raise, and now North didn't bid over 2 diamonds directly, and so probably doesn't have a void in spades. I think he's going to put a lot of credence in that possibility and just lead a singleton after doubling.
So how much would you give to doubling here, if nothing else, to save partner from himself?
Let's see what's happened. Pass.
Ooh, pass. Let's see.
Okay. Well, I don't expect East to bid.
I don't expect East to bid either, but would you ever double, say, a bid like that just to make sure partner doesn't save?
Yes. If I was sure I was going to beat it, then I would.
So I guess he's not sure he's going to beat it.
You must not. You must have some doubts.
I can see that. You don't know that the ace of spades is for sure cashing, and you do need to find partner with a trick, and North-South are certainly bidding pretty strong auctions here, so it's far from a sure thing you're beating it.
So East is thinking, even though they only have 3 spades in their hand, the singleton heart must be playing tricks with his mind.
Uh-oh. West should have doubled. So let's see, how will the play go? North is on lead. I guess nothing really matters, does it? Looks like you're just cold down 1, aren't you?
Well, South has not doubled this 4-spade bid.
That's true. He may take the... I can't imagine what he could push with.
There's been a lot of passing at the 4 level here.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this doesn't continue a bidding trend.
Yeah, that would be awfully strange, given his heart suit's pretty weak.
What you two would do with North hand at this point?
I'm doubling for sure.
I would double.
I have a defensive hand. I have weak trumps. The chances of making 11 tricks is really small. And there's also a very real possibility neither one of us were making 10 tricks, in which case I'm already in a plus position.
Also, South did not bid directly over 3 spades, 4 hearts, so the odds of South having a pure hand for the 5 level in hearts is pretty unlikely.
Right. If he had that kind of hand, we need to make 11 tricks, we'd have probably, almost certainly, I would say, have already heard about it in a previous round of bidding. Would you take passes forcing there by South? Do you think? I think that should be a forcing pass, don't you?
Well, the thing is that North didn't announce strength when it started a no trump 2 diamonds pass, and so South might be thinking that North is bidding on distribution rather than the strength.
But then he doubled twice, though, so I think that should be some strength.
Well, it's certainly some cards, but exactly how many cards after not showing strength on the first round is in doubt.
Of course, we're not really sure about the meaning of the pass. That could have some kind of... It could be... double might be something completely else, and he couldn't double or do anything else with that hand. What defense do you like to play over a 2 diamond 1 major over no trump?
I like to play a very simple defense. It might not be optimal, but my defense is double is a Jacobi transfer to hearts. 2 hearts through whatever is just normal system, but 3 clubs is puppets, Damon.
I actually play exactly what you just said.
It's very simple.
It is.
Simple is often...
Oh, wow. I bet he doubles this one.
I think he will.
That was about the fastest double I've seen all week.
I'm sure there was a lot of regret when partner bid 4 spades from the previous round.
Yes, I think...
you think he's still going to lead with 2 clubs?
Yes.
Yes. I'll get up and leave if he leads anything. He might lead a high heart just to get a peek at the board, but I think that's a good lead. And now he'll switch to the deuce of clubs. High heart's completely safe. If you realize that you needed to be leading trumps or something totally different, you're going to have more information. Whereas if you lead the low club and that was a disastrous lead, then you've just ruined the whole hand. You don't need both entries in trumps to get your rough. Then there we go, as expected.
Ten of clubs is signaling that he has a spade entry.
Yes, it's good form when you're...
And then the king of spades will also signal it.
Yes, king of spades.
Yes. It's good form to
That's
always
very nice.
help your partner there. If your partner leads
very
a
nice
singleton...
by Bokeh.
Yeah. If your partner leads a singleton, tell him where your entry is. So 10 of clubs is a nice play, and there you go.
The spectator have the opportunity to watch a wonderful defense.
I agree.
12 for Lavazza, now with just 5 boards to go. Lavazza leads by 33.
Yeah, that's going to probably put it out of reach.
Usually a team would not come back this late into the set with that much of a deficit.
Right.
Alberto.
Just, yeah, okay. What?
Today we put a bidding problem to some expert. Do you want to watch it?
Yes, I'm very curious.
Okay, when finished, we can ask to our 2 commentators his opinion.
Their opinion, okay. Can we see the videos of the problem that Fernando... okay.
Let me see the auction. 1 diamond, double, 3 diamonds.
3 diamonds.
Pass.
Weak.
I would double again.
Why?
Well, I'm going to get the game, I think. I'm going to bid game. I want to see if partner wants to bid spades. Over 3 spades, I'll probably offer up 4 hearts. So,
and if your partner let the
that's fine if he passes the double. So,
okay,
I'd be delighted.
Thank you so much.
Double.
Why?
Because I have to. If I bid hearts now, I'm not going to show spades. So I got to keep spades in the game, and I have a very good hand. So, seems like a normal double to me.
Difficult hand. Really difficult. I am between double and bidding 4 hearts.
Why?
if I double and partner bid 3 spade, what can I do? So I bid 4 hearts.
I think I will double again because it's too strong for me to bid the double and then only 3 hearts. I double again, and over my partner's bid, I bid, if not spades, I bid 4 hearts. I think this is the best way to bid this hand.
So with this hand, I would start with doubling again because I want to still have the option of getting to 4 spades instead of 4 hearts. And if partner and then I will come back with 4 hearts later. That would be my option. But if partner bids spades, I'm going to raise to 4 spades. That's how I plan to bid the hand. I'm not sure that I have anything else that I'm considering. Yeah.
Double. My first choice is double because I still can play all the suits and I can always bid 4 hearts later.
You take me like that, I have no time to think about.
But you are in the table.
I am in the table. Okay. What I can bid? I can bid double.
Why?
I can. I told you what I think. I can double. I can bid 4 hearts because it's a simple bid. I think it's a pragmatic bid. Probably what I will do. Voilà. And I can bid 4 diamonds. It's dangerous if you have 3 spades and 2 hearts. But if I play with a good partner, 4 diamonds is I prefer hearts. Voilà. I gave you. I think the best bid is 4 hearts.
Merci.
Compris.
Double.
Why?
Why? It just looks like the right bid. I would double again. Partner bids 4 clubs, I bid 4 hearts. So I've shown a strong hand with spades and hearts.
Okay, thank you.
What was the right bid?
Okay, Joel, in this quiz, which is your option to bid?
So if I held that hand, the strong 4 spades and 6 hearts, I would double again. And my thought is that I want to give partner a chance to bid spades. I'm going to big game, and if they don't want to play spades, I'll play 4 hearts. And hopefully they don't mess me up with a jump to 5 clubs. I'll be very disappointed if partner jumps to 5 clubs after passing 3 diamonds.
What his partner has 3 spades and 2 hearts?
Well, I guess we're going to play 4 hearts then.
Yeah, okay, I think so.
I think double is pretty clear. You have more than one place to play, and you don't really have any obvious way to know where to put the contract. So double keeps partner in the game. If partner bids spades, you know what to do. And if partner doesn't bid spades, you probably still know what to do. You bid 4 hearts, and you'll get to at least something that makes sense. So that's usually the most important thing to do over preempts.
Another little gain for Lavazza in this match, so we can see the ranking now and see what's happening in the other matches. Okay. Oh, there are just 7 board plays in most of the matches. And
Kane versus Allfree is tied, by the way.
Mahaffey is still 3 imps ahead of Nickel, while the one between Zimmerman and Gister seems to be over, as well as the one between Diamond and Maybe. Mittelman has recovered 12 points, so he is ahead of Texas Aces by 4. While Tallinn winning by 8 this segment. Is 15 ahead of PD. Of PD times. Spector is here, so we don't need to say what happened. Their enemies they gave up. A very close nickel Mafe, as we say it. Stroll seems to be over. Stroll has won against Dampur Sugar Mills that dominated the round robin. They finished third, but they were really in the first position for a long time. And Psicola is recovering just 8 points, which is not enough, but with 7 board to go, 15 points are not so difficult to recover. We know when Chagas starts in an incredible good way, winning the first segment for 88-2. Then he lost all the other segment, but still winning by 50. Over Schwarz against Zhao over Frogs against Sexiang, and Poland Junior are leading by 12 against China Open 2, and Kane just by 11 against Halfrey. So we can go back now to, or if we want to have just a short look to the
Kane and Alfred are tied.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think, Jay? It's your team.
Well, I certainly hope my team wins. I'm, of course, rooting for them. A little nervous, and you're tied with, I think, 6 boards to go. Lorenzo just made a vulnerable game on the last board, and they're still bidding it at the other table, so that's can't be bad. So hopefully something good happens. It's a great match, so
we'll see.
Yeah.
Not considering your match particularly, what do you think about this choose to make play the same two pairs for an anterior match? Do you think this is a good choose usually, or is better to maintain different pairs for the match?
I think playing four-handed is very difficult for any team because the more boards you play, the more tired you're going to get, especially at the end of a long tournament. And so having that rest time is really useful.
Mm-hmm. Personally, I suggest not to do that, but they never listen to me because Loria is almost more than 71, and he says very often that he's not anymore good for playing all the time. Mostly the first one after lunch, let's say. So I think I hope they win because they are my friend. But I think they made a mistake also because Jay and Sontag are a very good pair. So I would have choose another way. Okay, Jake, but you. Let's see.
Okay, so we're back to. Can we go to the other table?
Yeah.
Something has happened at the other table. There we go. 7-0 Trump just made it in the open room.
It looks like it was a strong club, and then East may have shown possibly a positive in diamonds. I'm not sure what 2 diamonds is. 2-0 Trump natural, 3-0 Trump because he doesn't know about the extra values. Now West comes out of the bushes with 4 clubs, describing extras probably with clubs. East has rebid their diamonds to say that they have a good suit. 4 hearts is key card, 5 diamonds is 2 with the queen, and West believes that their partner has a good hand and continues to 7-0 Trump, is my interpretation of the auction.
So if this does not get bid at the other table, that'll cut it to I guess it doesn't matter. You can't make up enough ends. It only goes to 28. There's 14 board segments.
This is certainly cold on diamonds 4-2, and they're 3-3. So he will be soon taking 13 tricks as soon as he decides to play 2 rounds. He's probably deciding on the best squeeze against 5-1 diamonds is why there's such a delay at this point.
Looks like you'd need to catch the person with 5 diamonds to also have 4 clubs, or a very unlikely Queen Jack 10.
He's probably going to play 4 rounds of diamonds, discarding 2 clubs, and then
He can run his spades, pitch a heart, ace, king of hearts,
cash
and
the ace of clubs, and then 4 rounds of spades to throw a club, playing the hand on his left. If they have 5 diamonds, they'd be double squeezed, but not necessary.
Nope.
Jay, if you finish tight, do you know how is the rule about the break of the match?
I don't know what the rule is here. I haven't been in overtime here. Over last year, I was in an overtime in the U.S. trials to get to the World Championship. And what we did was the director came up to both of our teams and said, write your 4 players' names on a piece of paper, north, south, east.
No.
You mean the number of boards?
2 boards, and you need to repeat the same line that the last step.
What I was saying is we write down our lineup, and we played, I believe, half of a round, which was 8, so they would play 7 if it's the same rules.
But only 2 boards here.
2?
Only 2.
Only 2?
Only 2.
Wow, I did not know that.
I just talked with the director, and he said me.
Wow, that almost sounds cruel to play all day and have it go 2 boards. Well, he hasn't made this one yet. Of course, it's not on the screen. Yeah. Now let's see what he does.
As you said, Joel, look at here. Nickel is now +4, as usually they record.
Well, it still seems like a very close match.
It's very close, of course, 4.
Yeah.
So if we looked at their score sheet, let's see, the other table's still playing. So if we... From their perspective, is there anything that suggests this match is not close? Well, the minus 500, of course, is catastrophic.
Yeah, the 500 is very bad.
What was their score before? They were close, right? Down a little.
4 spades making is a 2-way club finesse. You don't want to see that go against you.
No. 3-0 trump on 18. That was...
3-0 trump you would expect to possibly be a push. It was, they don't know it exactly, but the double of 3 diamonds, which was not offered at the other table because of the different auction, was actually very bad for their team. Although you would expect 3-0 trump to often make. You don't really see that coming. And
right.
then the 2 doubled contracts making are actually quite nice. So I would be thinking that possibly the match is still close.
Yeah, I agree with that. You figure the 500 is going to cancel out the 2 doubled games they made, which it did actually in practice.
But in board 25, Lavazza is going to gain again, eh? Because Bocchi is going just 1 down in 3 trumps, while in the other room they went down 3.
Down 2 or on 3?
Isn't he? Isn't he? Oh no, he is going down one.
So it's 200.
Assuming North keeps the right card, he'll go down one. Which apparently he did, even though we didn't see it.
Sandra, this match is practically finished. So we can change to the game match that is tied. Thank you, Sandra. So Jay, is all yours.
Okay, so let me get to the log into the right table here. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. I'm looking at the closed room. So okay, so here we are in the open room, and okay, we've
the table, Sandra?
yeah we've seen this hand, right, Joel?
Yep, this hand is very familiar.
It is. 4 hearts went down.
4 hearts would go down if West gets their club rough after underleading a spade to partner.
Right, so that should be a good score for East-West. I think any plus there is a good score for East-West.
Doesn't need to be doubled. 4 hearts down 1 is just fine.
Well, when you're tied, the 3 imps could matter.
True.
Sandra, we have a small video about our works in the social media. You can follow in all these addresses. In Facebook, World Bridge Federation official wall. In Instagram, World Bridge Federation. And in YouTube, WBF official channel.
In your opinion, is this match over?
We are watching Kane now.
So, yeah, that's what I'm asking. In your opinion, is this match over?
I would expect them to not come back. Even though they bid and made 7 no trump, I don't think that's going to be enough.
Okay, so we can change to Kane, okay? Kane and Alfred, they are 107 to 107.
We are watching Kane.
So we can watch Kane, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so this auction's... Oh, we're still on the other... We're at the other table, never mind. Oh, there we go. So this auction is actually not as normal as you might think. 2 diamonds to probably everybody else not named Luria and Versace just says no majors. There it actually shows minimum without majors, or I believe 4 spades, I think. Yes, it's 4 spades. Minimum without majors or any hand with 4 spades. And Versace does not have 4 spades, so he bid 2 no. Natural and Invitational may or may not have hearts. And Luria having a 14 count passed. Fortunately, despite their 22 points of combined assets, this has at least a chance. They certainly got a favorable lead. I think you'll agree, Joel.
It's a favorable lead, but it's it might end up being a Greek gift because you would expect the Jack of Hearts lead to contain Jack 10-8. And since they have the spot cards in the heart suit, it's pretty tempting to finesse for the 8 on the second round, which will equalize the lead.
Is that really going to help him, though? Because if he has Jack 10-8 fourth, can he really get 2 more tricks? Well, I guess, yeah, if he plays the 7, yeah, if he doesn't
wins,
split, yeah.
And then the 9 would win.
Right.
And if they cover the 7, then the 5 would win. For now, Loria is delaying the heart suit because I'm sure he doesn't want to immediately go all in on the idea that the 8 of hearts is onside.
Well, that's not bad for him.
This Jack of Spades is a good technical play if your partner has the ace. The reason to lead the Jack is so that when it goes Queen, Ace from partner, now your King 9 capture the 10.
it's called a surround play. They're absolutely awesome when they come up, but alas, it's one of those many plays we just don't get to see that often.
Surround the 10 with your jack.
There you go.
In board 23, why Kane Halfrey they pay four hearts undouble down one. Now Tokai and Donati are playing 5 hearts double.
Oh, very similar outcome. Yes, 5 hearts double is definitely too many. And now if they achieve the same defense that we saw earlier, this could be 500. We'll see whether or not
and so
they're up for it.
Halfrey is going to lead by 10 or something like this.
Well, it might only be 200 if they don't get the under lead for the rough.
Now, if Laurie is going to guess hearts, he probably needs to do it now. He's running out of trips to his hand to untangle everything.
Well, let's see.
With the blockage, though, in hearts, can he even afford to hook for the 8?
He can definitely afford it. He's still got a club entry on the table.
Because if we went 7, 8, 9...
Well,
yeah, he does have a club entry. That's true. They can't knock him out.
If he leads the 7 and they fly 10, that would be blocked if it was 10-8 small.
Yeah.
So when they
that'd be a good play. Okay, well they're almost forcing. If they play a club now, which they didn't do, of course.
This is interesting. Okay, I'm sure the King of Spades was expecting to fetch the 10.
Oh boy, I'm not liking where this is going.
So if he decides to pass this heart to the 8, North can cash the 10 of spades and exit with a club to end play the dummy.
I go back to board 23, so they made the same that Lavazza did in the other match, and so now Halfrey is
you got it right.
by 9.
Okay.
They paid 500, and in the other room just 100.
He probably did that for a push. Although he can actually make... he can make another trick now if North doesn't unblock the spade.
Well, South just has to discard diamonds.
That's true. He can do that as well.
Although he can make another trick if it goes club, club, and North refuses to pitch the 10 of spades, and South stiffs the ace of diamonds.
Now he can make another trick.
Now he can exit a diamond from the table, and you would get one more trick.
Yes. Pretty complicated, but every trick's going to matter at this point. Now, I wasn't following the boards too horribly closely, Joel, on those and the other match. There was some action on the last 4 boards, weren't there?
Absolutely. There's a grand slam on the final board of this segment.
Yes. On board 26, that was interesting as well, wasn't it?
Board 26 looks like an exciting deal where North-South have a lot of points but without a spade stopper, and they have to decide between playing in no trump or clubs or potentially a 4-3 heart fit.
So yeah, there could very easily be a lot more imps coming up. On to board 25 we go, and let's see what this one's going to bring us. A club from East. They do not play transfers over a club, so you'll see a pretty natural auction here.
I'm guessing that the diamond implied fewer than 4 spades unless they have a very strong hand?
Correct.
So that's why East is not introducing the spade suit?
Correct. He would have bid a spade if he had 4 spades, unless he had longer diamonds and higher ambitions. So if this, well, of course this won't get passed, so West's next bid, what West would have bid is immaterial. What do you like here? You like a mixed raise, a 3-heart preempt? Then I guess playing mixed raise here doesn't serve a ton of purpose, given your partner's a passed hand.
Yeah, I'm not so interested in a mixed raise.
I just like a 3-heart bid.
3 hearts is useful, but I might just walk it in with 2 hearts, honestly. Make them push me.
Well, you got to figure it's their hand, I would think.
Well, partner is a passed hand, but they also haven't interfered over a one heart bid, so it's
Right.
possible the partner has a maximum passed hand and they just don't have a game.
Right. Is that the case here?
Well, we know
Sort
that
of.
3 no trump goes down.
Yes, and well, is this making? Let's see. We're going to lose. Looks like 5 top tricks. So they're going plus here, which could be really good for the Kane team.
Going plus when bidding on would lead to a minus score is definitely a good strategy.
Yeah, it is. I should try that in my matches next time.
I highly recommend it.
All right, so ace of clubs is... It looks like the play is pretty inconsequential. It's really going to come down to how the other table evaluates the hands. Now, you look at East's original holding. Would it have tempted you in the slightest to open that a straw no trump?
Well, it would certainly tempt my partner, but I'm more practically minded about these things, so I would probably open at a club followed by spades to get my distribution out. It's very nice to have my second suit as spades because it means that if partner bids a diamond or a heart, I can get my rebid.
So flip your spades and your hearts, give you ace and 1 spade and jack 4 of hearts.
Now I'm liking a no trump.
I am also liking a no
I
trump.
play 14 to 16, so it's not a misdescription on the points.
Ah, well, that's even better. I like 14 to 16 non-vol. I like 15 to 17 vol. That way I can open all 11s when I'm non-vol and be a little more disciplined when I'm vol.
Yeah, we're a little more disciplined when we're vol, but we love 14 to 16 in the first 2 positions.
Well, I love them too, so I don't blame you.
We just do it anyway.
Well, I do open a lot of 14s. If there's much of a reason to open it, I'll generally do it. And then again, we just watched Luria open a 4-3-3 14 count, a no trump, which I didn't think he would do, but he played it well, so I guess he felt like he would overplay it, so kudos to him for bringing it home. So there is their third trick, and they have 2 more aces coming, which are not going anywhere. Is this one where Baki went down 3, or someone went down 3 on this, didn't they?
In
3
no
no.
trump.
Yeah, in 3 no trump, I mean. That's this hand, isn't it?
Yes.
So there is potentially a lot of imps available here.
I'd say down 3 is an unusual result.
It could be. I didn't really analyze it that closely. I was more interested in the bidding since we hadn't gotten to the play yet. But it certainly seemed like 9 tricks were pretty far away, assuming you get a heart lead. Of course, if you open a no trump and it goes 3 no trump, is it clear to lead a heart? I think it kind of was from the south hand, wasn't it?
So on a heart lead, I'd say
Even a spade lead's pretty good.
one possible line of play is to play a spade to the ace and then play a club to your jack, hoping that it lives.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it does live, then you play the ace of clubs next and hope the king comes down, in which case you would have 5 clubs, a spade, a heart, and 2 diamonds. The unfortunate thing is that when the club does not win, you then lose 2 spade tricks.
Right.
And the reason for crossing to a spade instead of to a diamond is so that when the jack of clubs lives and the ace of clubs does not fetch the king, you can then go all in with ace of diamonds, diamond to the jack, hoping to get 5 diamond tricks instead. For 5 diamonds, 2 clubs, a spade and a heart.
Right.
And that would be the down 3 line.
Let's have a look to the situation of the other match. And there are still many matches with 10 boards go, just 6 points between connector and the button. The button is recovering very well. Then let's say that Zimmerman is over. He won against Gister. Diamond won against Maybe. And a very close match is the one between Texas Aces and Mittelman. And now Texas Aces are against in advance of just 4, but after Mitterman had 3 points of advantage. A very close match again between Tullin and PD Time. Just 4 imps with 4 boards to go. And the one with And now it seems that Mahaffey is again ahead of Nickel by 5. Then there is the Pshikola is recovering very well against Zawada, and now with 16 points gained in this segment is just back of 7. Chagas is over and Lavazza is over, and then there is Poland Juniors as 14 ahead of China Open 2, and Kane is the one we are watching. So we go back to the match.
All right. Well, assuming the bidding, well, I guess we'll see it here in a second.
Poland Junior is winning by 4.
Right.
Now.
So north-south at the Luria Versace's table. If the bidding means what we all think it means, 2 spades showed clubs. 2 no, I guess, said he liked them. 3 spades was a shortness. 4 diamonds, I guess, was some kind of slam try, and then 5 clubs was just placing the contract. I don't see a lot of hope for this outside of guessing the queen of clubs. Does he have any reason to do that?
Well, there's certainly nothing that compelling.
So what do you lead here, a spade or a diamond? Those seem like the two that kind of stand out.
Sorry, okay. No, it's okay.
A diamond lead seems pretty normal.
Except they both kind of denied spades, which is kind of nice.
Right. So that makes a spade lead much more attractive.
Right.
Yeah, partner didn't double 4 diamonds. All right, yeah. I'm thinking 8 of spades sounds like a pretty good lead.
Yeah, they lead, I believe they lead 3rd and 5th. At the other table where we just witnessed 3 hearts be played, it looks like we have some action. 3 hearts just got doubled, of which I doubt is going to get left in.
I'm guessing that they're playing transfers after a club opening, and the spade response showed diamonds or no major.
I agree. 2 clubs was majors. 3 hearts was probably mixed, preemptive-ish. It certainly is an invitational.
Yeah. West doubled
cards.
Values, yeah.
And then 4 clubs. Can you even make that? You're losing a club. Can you get your 2 spades and your heart in time?
4 clubs is an interesting contract.
We'll assume they'll lead a heart since that's their partnership suit, and that seems to make sense.
They might choose the spade lead, actually, because with the king of clubs to control the trump suit, they could try to get a spade ruff.
They could.
Also,
does that lose the heart trick, though?
It doesn't lose the heart trick, because partner can still guard the 3rd round of diamonds.
Joel, in this position of the trump, how you play the suit?
Well, I'd say there's a couple of different ways you can do it. So you can go low to the jack and then the ace, trying to drop the king doubleton, or you can play the queen, and then if it gets the king on side, then you can finesse for the 10 or try to drop the 10 doubleton. I believe the highest percentage play is the double finesse, which is leading the queen and then running the 9 to try to catch the 10 on side as well.
I would agree with that, except that we know North has at least 9 or 10 cards in the majors.
Right. So once we know that changes the odds significantly. Since North is going to be shorter in clubs on average, you would try to pick up king doubleton and lead low to the jack. And an interesting false card here is with king 10 doubleton, it's better to play the king on the first round, so that when they win the ace, they may believe you have a singleton king and play back to the 9, losing to your 10.
Is that why I always lose to that play?
It's very tempting to lose to that play.
It is. Well, we were discussing whether or not 4 clubs has play, which it might have. I don't see any hope for 5 clubs.
I definitely don't see this going well if he plays low at trick 1 and gets a heart back.
I don't. Well, he's losing for sure a club and at least 2 major suit tricks, no matter how he does it.
So if he plays low and gets a heart back, let's see, he can win the ace, and then he would lead. Potentially with a good guess, he can play ace of diamonds, diamond to the jack, and then rough a diamond to his hand, followed by ace of clubs and a club. And that would generate, let's see, 4 diamond tricks, 4 club tricks, a heart and a spade to make it. So this does have play.
Well, with the line you just gave, can't we just cash 3 major suit tricks while we're in? Or 2 major suit tricks to go with our king of clubs.
You would win the queen of spades and a heart, but the ace of spades is still intact to stop the second spade trick.
Right, but we've taken a spade and a heart. I cash a heart when I'm in with the king of clubs, don't I?
Yeah, and so you get a club and a heart and a spade.
All right, so it's down 1.
Not in 4.
They're in 5.
5.
Yes.
Okay. 5 is one too many.
Yes, yes, as I said, we were discussing whether or not 4 had play, and we kind of think it might have, but yes, 5, of course, has no shot on any.
5 is probably going down.
I'd say more than probably, especially after that. So you just have 3 sure losers.
Well, they can't make it legitimately.
I'm not even sure they can make it illegitimately. It would take a pretty.
So spade continuation here, and boom, boom, down 1. Potentially more if they don't continue the play optimally.
Yes. I think he'll get it right from here. I can't imagine him going down more than 1. So that'll be 4 back to Kane to cut it to 4 with 3 to play, which we know has action in them, so.
I'm very surprised that Robson found this 5 club bid. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that was awfully pushy. I think he had more than shown his values. Then again, his partner doubled 2 clubs. That may have misled him as well.
Maybe he thought his partner had 6 clubs.
Or a better hand, or both. I have to admit, I would not have doubled with the east hand. If he had better clubs, that might, assuming their agreement is that shows clubs, then a 6th club or another club honor, I think, would be more desirable for that bid.
Yeah. These are the type of situations that you don't necessarily get to make strong agreements for in practice play because it's unusual methods that you're playing against. And this 2-club Q bid here for the majors, maybe you don't know exactly, because you haven't seen this auction before, what you need to make a double.
So does he risk going down an extra 1 to go down 1? I think he probably will, given he should have a pretty good idea about the count. Of course, if he guesses the jack and it's wrong, he loses more, but it rates to be right, so that's a good play.
Going with the 2-to-1 odds on a 4-2
right.
break.
Risking 3 to win 3. All right, so 5 clubs down 1 at the other table. That's a good position for the Kane team. South did not guess the club at the other table, so I'll assume he lost a heart, a spade, and the queen of clubs. That certainly looks like the most logical way the play would go. Do you see any legitimate way to not get in trouble with these cards?
Well, if your partner opens a strong no trump and you only have 7 points, it's not a mandatory game force.
I think it is after your partner accepts clubs, though.
Well, it's definitely more tempting in that case.
Right.
As you can see here, partner has nothing wasted in spades and still 5 clubs isn't cold. But It is a very good contract playing imps.
It is. And partner could have had a third club instead of a fourth heart, and we're not even having this discussion.
Still wouldn't be cold, but it would be even better.
Yes.
What do you answer over two spades with the Tokai's hand?
Well, some people play two spades asks for range, and so if your range is 15 to 17, you would respond to no trump to show a minimum. If two spades is just asking whether or not you like your hand for clubs, then you would probably say
that's what they play, I think.
You would probably say you do like your hand for clubs because you would like to encourage partner to big game with king queen sixth.
Yeah. Well, let's see what they do. Yes, 3-no trump making easily. Well, of course, but five clubs is on the exact same position, except you don't have to rely on 4-4 spades, so it'd be pretty silly to play 3-no, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, 5 clubs is the better contract.
Right. 3-no needs 4-4 spades. What's that, like 30% or something?
It's less than 50.
Yes.
Any chance to guess the clubs without...
Right. Well, we'll call that 52% since it's unlikely you would guess it.
Okay, so let's see. If you get a spade lead, one possible line of play is to rough 3 spades on the table, and then rough a diamond on the table, and then exit with ace king and a heart, and then it doesn't matter who has the queen of clubs, you just make it.
And you saw this in a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you are a champion.
I haven't even gotten that far yet.
Unfortunately, you would lose to the queen clubs short and the spades being 5-3 with 3 behind the club suit if it was also including the queen of clubs because you would get over-roughed when you would have made the hand with ace king of clubs. So that's what you lose, but it's got to be a higher percentage.
So you're essentially playing for 4-4 spades, or the guy in front of you being shorter than 4, or the queen of clubs being with the length.
So let's see. If they shift to a diamond, we may not have the entries to guarantee it. So if it goes diamond shift, you rough a spade, cross through diamond, rough a spade, cross through a heart, rough a spade, king of hearts, exit a heart. Now they have a diamond to exit with, and you would have to guess. So it would take another round of spades here to really solidify that line.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a very tempting play, although there is some merit to it. It looks safe.
Yep. You don't know that your partner has the 10 or 9 of hearts, so the queen of hearts has some danger. And
Yeah.
if you shift to a diamond, it could remove the guess in diamonds if they had something like ace king jack or ace king 10.
Yeah, the diamond could just finesse your partner right out of the 11th trick. I think he might lead a low club. I think that'd be a good play. Okay, I'm slightly biased, but
might as well lead the queen while you're at it.
I'm okay with that. I don't think his team would be okay with that, but what can I say? No, he might just continue the king of spades. It looks completely safe, and you've alluded to this earlier in the broadcast that when you don't know what to do on defense, it's often best to not do anything. Okay, so he played a heart.
This was better than a spade.
Yes.
For the reason that I mentioned earlier.
Now, you didn't get a trump switch. Would you ever get a trump switch with that dummy? Can you read into that at all?
They would never shift to a trump.
I wouldn't think so either.
He's just going right in.
No. So
Now it's a hope for something stupid to happen, which...
It is a push.
So, is it makeable from here?
Okay, ace king, no, he doesn't have the entries.
I don't think it is. So if he was going to play a club to the king, it might have been better to rough a spade first. So if he had roughed a spade first and then played the king of clubs, diamond to the ace, roughed the spade, diamond to the king, roughed a spade, still couldn't eliminate the hand.
No, it looks like he's pretty much just given up from here. Well, he can always play on hearts later, but...
Could have been a partial end play if the hand on his left held 4 hearts, but they only have 3, so it's not going to have worked.
So this is almost certainly going to be a push.
Now, if he had won the first heart in his hand with the ace, and then adopted that line, that might have worked. So ace of hearts, ruff a spade, diamond to the ace, ruff a spade, diamond to the king, ruff a spade, club to the ace, ruff a diamond, king of clubs. Now when
Right.
you catch the 3-1 break, you exit a club, and then they're unplayed in hearts.
Yeah, here, I guess he's playing for what, a red suit squeeze? Which doesn't seem too likely, given the guy with the jack of hearts is pitching behind dummy. I think he should unblock the ace of hearts now if he's going to try that line.
I think he's just trying to get a count on the hand to decide whether or not he's going to drop the jack of hearts.
Could be doing that. Looks like he might have been trying to Vienna coup or something, but I think those are all pretty long shots given what he already knows about the hand. He can still try it. Doesn't cost anything to play it out. But they would have to really make a mistake from here.
If he plays a club and East throws a heart, and then he plays a club and East throws another heart, then maybe he could play him for 5 hearts, but it would be very unusual because that would give West 5 solid spades. Although, you don't need to overcall a no trump with 5 solid spades. Because you would have preferred not bidding if it goes 1-0, 3-0.
Right. I'd have to say I don't know. I don't ever overcall with 5-3-3-2 over a no trump. Not in second seed, at least.
I tend not to as well.
Alberto, incredible, but Mahaffey and Nickel are tied.
Tie.
Less one ball.
Maybe they will need some extra board. Okay, as we said, this is a push.
All right, 2 more boards. Let's see what happens.
Yes, let's see what happens in the last 2.
Okay, so North made 2 diamonds at the other table.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like the right number of tricks.
Yes. Are there any dangers here? Well,
Well, it definitely seems like East-West might compete in hearts.
Right.
2 hearts. You say 3 hearts?
Well, I think the limit is 8 tricks and diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hearts, if they bid over it, and diamonds would be good.
If they make it. Looks like they probably can. 2 hearts. I guess that's hearts and a minor.
Okay, they're in there. But can they avoid bidding 3 hearts?
Yes. Well, even if they bid 3 hearts, that'll still give them an imp. If they go down 1, which is no guarantee of that either. But we know the last board is a big hand, so...
So king of spades lead, ace of clubs shift, club, club, rough, and then you get a heart trick is one easy way to beat 3 hearts.
Yes. Assuming they can find that. Do you have enough tricks even if they don't find that? Let's see. You get 3 diamonds, 4 hearts. You have to engineer 2 club tricks, which you can certainly do. Well, they're going to play 2 hearts.
So, if he will make 2 hearts, I think. And what happened? How many imps are then?
Well, that'll give him 5.
And so one ahead.
Well, he may make 3 now. That'll make it 6. And then it would be 10. So now we intentionally don't know what happened on the last board. So I don't want to see what happened. Oh. Okay, well, then nothing matters. They just showed me that 7 no trump was not reached at the other table. So it's not looking good for the Kane team.
So they've chosen a diamond opening lead going passively. Spade off the table is probably with the intention of cross-roughing, hoping to lose 2 clubs by discarding on the king of diamonds, but they're going to get an unpleasant rough on their right when they try to cash it.
Right.
Okay,
But it does set them up a club trick, so it's kind of give and take.
North-South have shifted to clubs. If they continue this defense, it's going to be 8 tricks very, very shortly.
Well, that essentially makes it so that East-West have to bid a slam on the last board to win the match. If they do anything else, it's going to go the other way. Well, they did not find the rough.
Okay, North is going for an uppercut as well as a rough.
Which is actually inconsequential given the result at the other table. The 1-imp won't matter. They need an 11-imp slam swing on the last board to win.
So if West guesses the clubs here, there's an over trick available. It's an unlikely guess though because the entry situation is rather precarious.
Right, he may not be able to guess that even if he wants to.
Okay, well he's
trying for it.
Yep, he's giving himself the opportunity. So now if he plays a club to the queen, he certainly has enough information that he could choose to play it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. That would not have been my play.
Duck.
Yeah.
I think normal defense is just to lead a heart here to give them as little as possible.
No, you're going to make him guess now.
Directly lead a club. Okay.
Something can be said for that.
Sure.
And he's rewarded.
Okay, so making 2.
All right. So East-West have to find a slam on the last board to win. Is there any reason not to? No.
So
it would have to be a pretty significant accident.
Well, it's difficult to diagnose that the 5-2 diamond fit is strong enough to run 5 tricks.
Well, they don't even have to bid 7. They just have to bid 6.
I see. I'm talking for the purposes of bidding 7.
Ah. So yeah, if they can just reach 6 of anything, spades, diamonds, or no trump, they will win. Maybe they'll reach 6 hearts.
That would be epic.
It would be. I would not bet any money on that one, though.
Mahaffey against Nickel is going to be a overtime.
So do you know if this is natural or strong?
I actually don't. I think it's natural, and then 2 spades is just a reverse.
All right. Well, this might lead to a mysterious auction.
It could. I like a 2-0 opening with that, but I'm pretty simple.
So if East decides to jump to 3-no trump, one would expect some extra values, but if West is not on the same wavelength, there could be a mishap. But if West is on the same wavelength, they would certainly continue.
Right. I'm kind of grasping at straws and at options here. They could play 6 clubs. That's a possibility that would swing the match. That's actually a legitimate one, unlike my joking 6 hearts comment.
So this 3 diamond bid, I'm guessing, is forcing a natural.
Sounds like it.
They've described a rebibble diamond suit, is my guess, since 1 spade probably implied diamond length already. The West hand has a very good hand for that bid.
3 hearts, whatever that is. So now probably 3-0, and then we'll see where he goes.
Well, East might choose to bid 4 clubs, cooperating with the Q bidding.
He might do that. Could that lead them to the failing 6 clubs. I mean, I think you'd agree it would be a long shot that they mess this up and get to the wrong slam.
I have to agree that seems unlikely. The 3-diamond bid should preclude a good 3-card club holding.
It should, yes.
Unless they have very strong diamonds.
Right. So it's a forcing through. 3 clubs is surely forced. Anyway, 4-0.
This looks like quantitative.
That's how I would take it.
So East has described some extra values. So West, with their extra values as well, is definitely going to bid a slam. He's probably just considering the best way to invite 7.
Let's see, in 7, it's essentially a claimer as the cards fall.
Seven diamonds, 7 spades, and 7 no trump are all makes. So, with 3 out of 5 strands covered, they have good odds.
3 out of 5 covered and 1 being completely ridiculous. So
6 are more than enough for that.
right, the only contract, and even that's pretty far out there that they could hit that would not win the match would be 6 clubs, or 7 clubs would be equally silly, but that's a real long shot at this point. 5 no trump. Well,
Hopefully this does not get passed.
Some play that as non-forcing. It is a very attractive contract.
My guess is that they play this as pick a slam.
Well, you might pick 6 clubs.
And when the match finished, you can ask to teammate, what do you play in board 18? And they answer, kings.
Well, they've certainly muddied the water. A 2-0 opener. Let's see what they did at the other table. It went 1 club, 1 diamond, 2 spades, 2-0, 3-0, 6-0.
No.
6 diamonds.
All right, that's a winning contract.
It is.
They can afford to lose the 2 imps here.
Not enough.
No.
Okay, now they are in 6 as we all expect, so the match is over. Alfred has won against Kane. And so Kane is out of the tournament.
Tough luck for the Kane team. Well played by Alfred.
I actually hope they bid 7. That way Alfredo and Lorenzo don't have to kick themselves about not getting to 7. So I'm really hoping to see a 7 bid here, actually. So what do you think he's thinking about? Do you think he's thinking about 6-0, or do you think he's thinking about 7?
As long as he's not thinking about 7 clubs.
Well, yeah, of course he's not thinking about that. But if you're in his position, what are you actually thinking about? Are you thinking about 7 diamonds, or are you thinking about 6-0?
Well, I know that my partner has extra values and appears to have a strong diamond suit. So I'm thinking ace of clubs, king, queen of diamonds. What else is in that hand? It could be 7. So 6 hearts maybe as a move towards no trump leaving open other possibilities, but I don't know if partner's going to interpret that as a choice between spades and no trump or a move towards 7. Probably it's a move towards 7.
Yeah, this isn't usually the level of bidding you want to be experimenting at.
I love experimenting at this level.
Oh, I do too, but usually my partners don't.
I am expecting a 6 heart call if he wants to explore for 7.
Anyway, while we are waiting for, it seems Tokai decision, but I don't think that Tokai has much to think in his end. I say that they don't take advantages for their mistake. Do you remember Fernando in Lille when Alfredo was playing with Zaleski in the Olympics? They didn't play against the Polish guys for all the match, and they, of course, when they take this decision to play just in 4, they always lose. But they don't learn.
In this occasion, they lost by 2 hymns.
I don't remember if 2 or 6 or 4, but the point is that Alfredo and Zaleski had played quite well. So why decide not to make them play? And Madala was very, very tired that day. Maybe you remember.
I remember it. Well, 6 times finish. Sorry, Jay.
Okay, so the end is over. First of all, we want to thank you too, because you were really, really, really. I hope that your opponents will go up also tomorrow, so you can come back. And we thanks everybody for listening to our very good commentators, and we hope that many of you will be back again tomorrow. And we are sorry, but there is 2 balls for overtime in nickel against Mahaffey, but they are not on BBO, so we cannot comment them. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
My pleasure.
Goodbye. Bye.
We wait for you. Is your present. We wait for you tomorrow.